speaking of how things are changing here, this is your former position, so I'll let you start off this conversation. But what the hell has happened to the safety position? I mean, growing up, like we had our Ed Reeds, we had our Troy Polamalu's, our Brian Dawkins, our Sean Taylors. You had these game-changing dudes. And now I feel like you can barely name the top three. I mean, we can think of top two off our head, in any order: Micah Fitzpatrick and Derwin James for the Chargers. But beyond that, I mean, I feel like there really isn't a whole lot of guys that stand out enough for you to really think about who they are. So,
Yeah,
I mean, what are your thoughts about what's kind of happened to that position?
to your point, bro. I feel ashamed I can't even name like five off the top of the head right now. And two out of the five I can name are the Bears players. You know what I mean? I really don't know. Like they just, I don't know if it's because they're trying to phase out, I guess, like putting better or your best athletes at safety nowadays. You know how we're talking about the whole like running back spot,
Yeah.
right? And like that's getting kind of phased out. I don't know if safety the same thing where now like maybe playing that hybrid backer role is more important than playing that strong or free safety spot, right? Or
Right.
maybe more guys who would be like a free safety are playing corner now because
Or like
corner is
nickel.
at the premium spot nickel, right? So
Yeah.
I actually I don't have a good like answer for you, man. I really do not know what happened to these safety spot. Like there's not a whole lot of spotlight on them.
Well, what's even kind of like a bigger question mark to me about is, even if you want to sit here and go, okay, well, in the last 5 or 8 years, whatever it's been, the passing game has really been emphasized in the NFL, more bigger numbers, bigger yards, bigger everything. What that rate, I can see, okay, well, maybe the running back position has deteriorated because there's been a move from running backs to, more receivers. That's where the money's at. That's where, all the big plays happen. But you would think that would also happen for the safeties because your corners are going to get you your pass breakups, or they're going to shut down the number one. They're going to get a lack of targets, whatever it is. But your safeties are supposed to be your ball hucking dudes. They're supposed to be the guys that again these turnovers, taking away the deep ball, coming over the middle and maybe not laying the wood anymore, but shutting things down.
Yeah.
So what has happened to this safety position is really mind-boggling to me because again, you would think that I apologize to the viewers for the girl crawling in the background there. I swear to God, I don't have a sex prison. Joke's on you. I do have a sex prison.
Chains and whips, excitement.
Yeah. Oh no, they've escaped. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
That's great. This is still all recorded.
No
No edits. This is live.
Yeah,
This is live
bro.
TV. What's happened to the safety position? They've been distracted. No, I mean, I really don't. I think maybe there's just been more of an emphasis of these guys that have been converted to these, safety, or I'm sorry, these hybrid linebacker kind of roles. Maybe they move more down to nickels. Maybe less guys are willing to make that transition because, before, if you were a bad corner, they'd kind of pull you aside and go, hey, maybe you should try playing safety and go give that a shot.
Yeah.
But nowadays, maybe they're just willing to let these guys ride it out because that's where the money's at. That's where the scholarships are at. That's where the offers are at. And people don't want to convert to safety like maybe they used to want to do. And maybe that plays a major role into it.
To your point, you just said a great point
About the sex dungeon?
What up? Yeah, about the sex dungeon, bro. No, he's a good point about people moving over to safety, which I guess I didn't click until now. But I've seen a trend where like older corners are now playing like free safety and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
that
started with like Charles Woodson. I think Rodney Harrison was a similar situation too.
where
he used to be a corner for the Patriots and he moved to safety.
I mean, that kind of tells you too. Like, right? Like once you're not athletic enough to play corner, go play safety.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like, and maybe this is just me personally, like whenever we'd play like these backyard football games, like just our friends, I mean, I fucking love the safety position. I hated playing corner. Because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and waste all my energy trying to run around with this guy and not even get the ball thrown to me. At least if I'm safety, I can like read the guy's eyes and like try to like bait him and go make a play on the ball. Like That seems like the funnest thing to me. Like I don't want to see him just run and mirror a guy.
Yeah.
Like
I play both. Both are very fun. I mean, almost corner is more fun than like safety, honestly.
really?
Yeah. Just because I like coverage. You know what I mean? I like covering a guy. I like the whole like mind game. Cause like even
Yeah.
like during like the middle of like the route, you can kind of like you're trying to guess like, hey, is he can go out in? What is he going to like do? Like it's like a whole like game within like a game.
I get it. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
I get that, but at least like with safety, you kind of get to play that mind game with the quarterback. I mean, Ed Reed was famous that he would like put something on tape. Like I remember there's a clip where Peyton Manning was talking about how he hated going against Ed Reed because on tape they kind of showed like it was whenever it was like cover two and he had two birds going on the side, he'd always like come take the slot or whatever it was, and what was funny is Ed Reed was in the interview as well, and he told you like, yeah, I did that intentionally because then in the game when they played the Colts, same thing happened. They ran two seams, and he immediately took a step forward, did a 180, and ran right at the outside receiver and picked off a ball from Peyton Manning. And fans like,
I
how the
remember
hell did
that.
he? So I mean,
Yeah.
it's like that would be super fun to me, and I want to get my hands on the ball. I don't want to just bat it down. I want to like tackle a receiver. I want to go make a pick. I want to jump over a guy, take that big and return. Because especially if you're a safety and you get your hands on the ball, usually there's like no one else around you. You got like the one receiver near you. But
Yeah.
besides that, it's like a kickoff return. You're like, cool, no one's around. I am gone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, like whenever I play backyard football or like I go play in the flag football leagues, like I'm like, safety's off limits, guys. That's me. That's my thing. Now I'll
Yeah.
get like two picks a game because it's just, but I don't say, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, people have just kind of like in the NFL looked at him and the money's not there. The focus has been more on corners who are going to be the Revis Island. They're going to lock up these receivers, take away these weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can understand the rule change of like you can't really hit anyone over the middle anymore, which is a good thing. It's for safety, but it's kind of taken away like some of the value in like the safety position because you used to be that enforcer and you can't really do that anymore.
Yeah. I can't even tell you, bro. I just feel like the last prominent, you know, person like I can think of top of mind that I know like what top safety was like Earl Thomas during like the Legion of Boom area. Like
Yeah.
that's the last time I really heard of like a safety being in like headlines.
Yeah. I mean, there was
You know what I
Jamal
mean?
Adams for a minute, but the joke was always with him that, he had more sacks than interceptions and he was like a
Yeah.
pass rusher. But I mean, you really don't hear anything about Jamal Adams anymore. And that might be because he's hurt. I mean, we have a hope. I will say, if you're a fan of safeties, we do have a hope. We have Talanoa Hufunga for the
Yeah, he is
49ers.
good.
Yeah, he was, I mean, he had a
I like him.
yeah,
He's good.
he plays a safety position in the fun way it's supposed to be played. And I hope he continues to play that way. So more of these young kids go, you know what? Money might be at corner, but that looks fun as hell, and I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not everyone can be a corner, so go
No,
play fucking safety. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure. Listen, if you're not athletic enough to be a corner, go be a safety and have the time of your life. Just go after balls, dude. And just you got to think, anytime that ball's in the air as a safety, that ball's yours. That
Yeah.
is your ball. You need to go get that ball. You need to whatever it takes, jumping over dudes. Nothing else in the world matters. That's yours. Go get it and then have fun. Like once you get it up, go look like an idiot trying to return that ball. You're going to run around 3 times across the field because you don't know in the next time you can get your hands on a ball. So you better score and make it look good.
Bro, bring the greatness back to safety, man.
Yeah.
Come
Plus,
on. Come
even at
on.
that, like you can even at safety, you can still come down off the line. You can blitz, delay blitz. You can move to like the nickel, or cover up the slot if you need to. Sure, but like I mean, if they're playing you like the free safety, the center field role, dude, go ham and have fun.
That's so fun. I always like going back to Earl Thomas. I was so jealous of him because like he's like 25, 30 yards back, right? They're in cover one. He's just playing center field.
Oh yeah,
Three quarterbacks eyes. Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? That's like the funnest. Yeah, no, for real.
Like that's the funnest thing. Plus, you got anytime like the DB, the corner like does tip the ball up or whatever, you're right there. There's
Right
no
there.
easier pick in the world, and the ball is just kind of hanging there. And you're like, oh, thanks.
Dude. Dude. Yeah, but dude, I don't know what happened to safety, man. I haven't seen a safety in like the headlines, like, you know,
Yeah,
talked about as one of the best players. I can't even think like, dude, I can't even think like, back back in the day, Ed Reed, Troy,
Oh my
Ryan were
dude,
always
Brian
talked
Dawkins,
about as
Weapon X.
they were talked about as one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
I can't tell
Sean
you when a
Taylor was
safety.
taking over the league.
I can't tell you last time a safety was considered like top 10 like overall player.
Yeah, like at best you can maybe make the argument, oh well, Derwin James, and don't get me wrong, this isn't a knock on Derwin James. Derwin James is a fantastic player. He's an amazing player. He's an All Pro. He probably, if his career keeps going the same way it does, will probably be in the Hall of Fame. Minka Fitzpatrick had a little bit of hype to him at some point when he was in Miami and was getting traded,
Yeah,
but they never at any point were you like, oh gosh, Darwin James is on the field. Oh my gosh.
I know, I know, I know. Like it's just completely shifted, and I don't know when it happened. Like to your point, like I don't know what or when or how, but at some point it's just like they just weren't talked about